Do you find yourself a little anxious when you're out in public and unsure of what to do when you notice that a girl is looking at you? Of course, you don't want to do anything that will make you look silly, but you do want to make a good first impression, right? So it's completely understandable to actually kind of lose your mind when a pretty lady makes eye contact with you. It's almost like tiny men are running around you in your mind, screaming and launching paperwork everywhere, trying to find the perfect response. Well, fear not, for we have the answer for you. We have looked into it and we have 8 ways to react when a girl looks at you. The most important thing to remember when it comes to interacting with a pretty lady is to stay confident. Let's dive in, like and subscribe. Why has she looked at you? The first thing you need to realize is that she is looking at you because she's trying to get your attention. She obviously likes what she sees and is trying to subconsciously let you know that she is interested in you. Why hasn't she come over? Well, a lot of women are a bit apprehensive when it comes to making the first move, simply because they don't want to be rejected. We get it. So, if you notice a pretty lady looking at you more than once, you must decide whether you want to pursue her or not. The last thing you should do is approach her if you have no intention of getting to know her or don't find her attractive. Play the eye contact game. Sadly, even though the game is straightforward, most guys lose it. Now, here's how it works. Maintain a steady gaze for as long as you can when a girl looks at you. Be the first to look away though, rather than staring for too long. Playing this game not only restores your confidence in making eye contact, but it will also give her a case of the giggles. The simple game of gaze chicken is an effective way to show self-assurance when interacting with the opposite sex. It also sparks a playful tone before the two of you can start to talk. Waiting for a second's luck is the next step you need to take if you've already decided you want to talk to her but aren't entirely sure if she wants to talk to you as well. The first eye contact, if you did it right, was a great start, but the second eye contact is what really tells you if you have a chance with the girl. So without making yourself too obvious, just sit back, unwind and try to catch her eye again. A smile. When someone looks at you, I bet the first thing you will do is smile at them without even thinking about it. That's because smiling is a universal gesture that we do in order to let others know that we are friendly and very approachable. Smiling is a way of conveying warmth and acceptance and creating a sense of connection with another person. Even if you're not feeling particularly happy, a simple smile can have a powerful effect. Once you've made some eye contact, it's important to give just a little smile. Otherwise, you might look a little bit creepy, and we don't want that at all, do we? A smile can break the ice and provide an environment of comfort, allowing people to open up and be more relaxed when speaking. Make your move. Keep in mind that when a girl looks at a guy, she's conveying interest and letting him know that she would welcome an approach. It's a request, really. So when you make a move after receiving the signal from a woman, you immediately become more alluring to her. She will start to become uninterested if you pause and appear anxious. The majority of women prefer men who are confident because they aren't afraid to take charge of a situation. A woman is always drawn to a man who possesses these qualities because she, naturally yearns for the stability that they can bring into the relationship. The lack of quick thinking and self-assurance will be perceived as a flaw and a major turnoff. As a result, it's important to stay cool, calm and collected when interacting with women. Open body language. How can you get a girl's number by displaying attraction through body language? Simply move your body to face her. The most effective posture, according to psychologists, is a slight forwards lean without crossing your arms or legs. Opening up your body language before and as you approach her is one way to make sure she knows that she isn't being approached by a creepy guy. Things like keeping your shoulders back and your arms at your sides, they serve as symbols of confidence and relaxation. Women adore a man who exudes confidence, especially if they do lack it themselves. For some people, having someone else take charge of the situation can be incredibly calming and liberating. Try to keep your arms by your sides and away from your chest while speaking with her. Your arms could be telling her what your subconscious mind is trying to conceal, that you are open to new conversations and that being closed off isn't on your mind. Pay attention to your body language as well. If you are slouching, try standing up straighter and using hand gestures to show that you are engaged in the conversation. Position. So even though you are approaching her after she's given you the subconscious heads up, you should still double check that she's okay with you entering her personal space. Before you approach her, try to get in her line of sight and get her attention. This stops any surprising attacks or pop-ups that might startle her before you've even had a chance to introduce yourself. And if she's intrigued by your approach or if she wants you to leave, you'll be able to tell by her face and body language. It's a good sign if you notice her body leaning in your direction and her shoulders relaxing. She is implying that you should join her and engage in conversation. On the other hand, if her body language implies that she is uncomfortable or not interested in your presence, then you should move on and not persist. Speak. Now that you've made your move and you are standing in front of her, don't forget to open your mouth and speak. Keeping your confidence is essential, regardless of how you decide to start the conversation. Here are a few effective introductions to get things started. All of these openings are quite straightforward, as you can see. They aren't pick-up lines or particularly clever, but they are still powerful. Hey, my name is blah 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 blah. What's yours? It's always an easy opener, that one. Very simple, introductory. Or how about the I noticed you from across the bar and just had to come and introduce myself. That way you are letting her know that you saw her looking at you and accepted her request. Hold your hand out to shake hers whenever you deliver one of these. To prevent hurting her, make sure your hold is firm but not painful. Also, please refrain from repeatedly pumping her hand. Simply squeeze her hand for a short period of time before letting it go. Using a handshake also prevents you from overstepping a boundary before you've even had a chance to start a conversation. Is it really as difficult as you thought it would be? With a bit of effort and focus, it is not hard to make sense of the topic at hand. Therefore, when you are next out and about and you see someone you want to introduce yourself to, start by smiling. Then watch for these clues to see if she reciprocates by grinning and exhibiting open body language. And if she does, you will know that you are in and can move without worrying about being turned down, which is a win-win situation. Now, don't think we are expecting you to read her mind, because we know you guys are not mind readers. Most of it, however, is simpler than you might imagine. Once you know what to look out for or understand the appropriate reactions, you really can't go wrong. Interpreting her behavior can be tricky, but it's important to be aware of the clues she gives you, even if they are subtle. Things like body language, eye contact, and facial expressions can be really telling about a person. If you can spot at least one of these, then you will know for sure that the light is green for you to approach. Observing her reactions can help you tell if she is open to conversation and give you an indication of whether she may be interested in getting to know you better. Now, of course, we always want to hear about the success stories that you have after taking our advice, so please don't forget to come back to us. Let us know in the comments below. We know that following our advice won't always work for everyone, and there may be times when things don't according to plan, but it's the trying that really is the important thing.